Hi everybody, my name's Rob and I'm a fitness and sports instructor with PSP Wainwright. Today I'm going to lead you through a relaxing mobility session focused on areas that tend to get tight when we sit for long periods of time. It only takes about 15 minutes and you'll feel great afterwards. Find yourself a quiet place with something soft to lie on like a yoga mat, towel, or a blanket, and have a chair or a stool handy for the final exercise of the session. So we're going to be performing each exercise or stretch for 30 seconds at a time with a little 5-second buffer in between each just to shake it out or to give you a bit of time to get into the next pose. I really want you to focus on your breath as well during this session. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. It'll really help you settle in to some of these stretches as we do them. Let's get to it. We'll start by taking a seat and beginning with some light neck stretching. So forward, trying to touch your chin down towards your chest, and backwards, trying to reach your chin up towards the ceiling. Just alternating back and forth for 30 seconds. Breathing out as you lower your chin down towards your chest, breathing in as you reach it up towards the ceiling. After the first 30 seconds, take a little break, reset yourself, and get started for another 30 seconds. This time, reaching your head back and your chin up towards the ceiling, and rolling left, then right, reaching the chin up, and rolling back down towards your chest. After that 30 seconds, take a quick 5 seconds to reset yourself here again, and we're going to go into a lateral neck stretch. So reaching out your left arm to grab onto the floor with your fingertips, and then just pulling your head in the opposite direction lightly, very lightly, to feel a little bit of a stretch in the lateral side of your neck. And just holding here for 30 seconds. And relaxing just for a quick 5 seconds before switching to the other side. So reaching out with your fingertips and grabbing onto the floor, and then pulling your head to the opposite side. Next, we're going to move around. You can stay sitting back for this one, or you can come around, sit on your heels. We're just going to do an overhead reach. So reaching your hands up towards the ceiling as high as you can, stretching out the front of your chest, and holding here for 30 seconds. Nice deep breaths the entire time. After 30 seconds of that, we're going to do a side reach. So reaching your arms out far to the sides and trying to press your hands back behind you, really getting that stretch into the front of your chest now and the front of your shoulders. These are areas that tend to get really tight when we sit at a desk a lot. So trying to pull your shoulders down and back, pull your hands back behind your chest, behind your back, is really going to open up the areas that tend to get tight when we're hunched forward at our desk all day. And lastly, we're going to go into a chest opener here where we're going to clasp your hands behind your back and then press your hands down towards the floor and press your chest up towards the ceiling. Once again, trying to stretch out the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders, and loosen up those areas that get tight when we sit all day. So holding here for 30 seconds, and we're actually going to repeat this one again as well for an additional 30 seconds. So take a quick 5 just to shake things out a little bit, and then we're going to go back into that chest opener. So clasp the hands, press them down towards the floor, press the chest up towards the ceiling. You also want your shoulders to be pressed together and down, like you're trying to tuck them into the back pockets. So a little 5-second reset here, and we're going to go into child's pose next. So sitting back on your heels, or as close as you can get, reach your hands out in front of your body, and then bring your head down towards the mat, rounding through the lower back, trying to stretch out that lower back a little bit. Next, we're going to walk the hands out towards the right. So same thing, child's pose, just with a little bit of a twist, and hopefully you feel that stretch move towards the side of your lower back this time. We're going to start first by going out to the right, and after 30 seconds here, we're going to go out to the left side as well and try stretch out the opposite side. So after 30 seconds there, take 5 seconds to reset, walk your hands over to the opposite side, to the left this time, and same thing, try and bring your head down towards the mat. It's going to be a little bit more difficult here with these side stretches, but give it a shot. After our 30 seconds here, we're going to repeat these 3 child's pose variations again. So starting with the standard, little reset here just for 5 seconds. And again, we're going to sit the hips down onto your heels, stretch the arms out, and head comes down towards the mat. Nice deep breaths, as always, during these poses. Really going to help you relax, but nice and easy here. And so 30 seconds is up there. Walking the hands out towards the right, and we're going to do another 30 seconds here in this side stretch. And once again, once our 30 seconds is up, walking the hands out to the left for our final child's pose variation for another 30 seconds. So our next pose, we're going to take a little 5 seconds here just to set it up. You're going to put your knees as wide as is comfortable to start off with, and then try and touch the toes together in the middle. I haven't done here right off the bat, but elbows are going to be at 90 degrees in front of you. Spread the knees out, and then we're just going to try glide the hips down and back towards the heels. You should be feeling this stretch somewhere on the inside of your thighs, kind of in the groin area and in your adductors. So touch the toes together at the back behind the wide knees, and then try and sit your hips back as far as you can. Quick little 5-second reset here after that 30 seconds, and we're going to do this one 2 more times. So elbows down on the floor, sit the hips down and back, nice wide knees. For each 30 seconds as well, you can try put the knees a little bit farther apart to make the stretch a bit more intense each time if you feel like you're loosening up a bit. If not, that's absolutely fine. This is a little bit of a tougher one here, but give it your best shot. And just gliding backwards and forwards at your own pace. You're going to breathe out as you sit your hips back, and then breathe in as you bring your body forward again, just to reset. So breathe out, sit the hips back, breathe in, bring your body forward. So after our third set of those hip glides, we're going to bring it around here and go into some knee drops, side to side. So lying flat on your back, knees at about 90 degrees. You're just going to drop the knees to one side and then the other. Let the hips kind of move as they will. And just bring those knees from one side to the other. Nice deep breaths again in here. Just trying to loosen up the hips here before we go into more intense poses. And quick 5-second reset. And same thing for another 30 seconds. So for our next exercise, we're going to do something very similar, but this time we're going to prop ourselves up with our hands. And again, relatively similar. Some hip swivels from side to side. Try to keep the knees at 90 degrees. And just touch each knee down to the floor as you go. So trying to touch both knees down towards the floor. If you need to move your foot out of the way to be able to do that, that's absolutely fine. 30 seconds here. We'll take a quick second rest and then another 30 seconds. So 5 seconds here just to rest, reset a little bit, and then we'll get back into it with another 30-second set. So after we finish up with these hip swivels, quick 5-second reset, and this time we're going to go into a 90-90 position. So our front leg is going to be at 90 degrees underneath us, and our back leg at 90 degrees behind. From there, you're just going to bring your belly button down towards your thigh in front of you, and keep your shoulders parallel to the floor. So quick 5-second reset, and we'll switch to the other side. So same thing, 90 in front, 90 out to the side, and bring the belly button down towards the thigh. So 5-second reset here, and we're going to go into an upward dog pose. So in a prone position, hands are just at the sides of your body. You're going to press your body up until you lift your hips a little bit off the floor, and you can feel a little bit of a stretch through the front. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, again, like you're tucking them into your back pockets, and just hold here for 30 seconds. If you need to take a little rest in the middle, feel free to do that. Just let yourself down and then come back into it whenever you're ready. So a little 5-second rest here. We're going to do it one more time. So press your body up, chest is pulling up towards the ceiling here, Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Deep breaths here as well. Nice deep breaths. So, little 5-second reset here, and we're going to go into our next one. This is a lunge stretch, so we're going to come into a lunge position with our knee down on the floor, and with our hips staying straight forward, all you're going to do is lean forward a little bit to feel a stretch in your front of your back leg there. To make it a little more intense, you can reach your hand up behind your head and lean away from the leg that has your knee down on the floor. That might help intensify it a little bit up through the front of your hip and somewhat into your abdomen area as well. And we'll take 5 seconds here just to switch sides. And another 30-second hold on this side. So knee down, hips stay straight forward, and just bring your body forward. Again, if you want to intensify the stretch, hand on the back of the head and lean away from the knee down leg. And we're going to go into our final exercise here. So this one, you will need a little something in front of you, a little bench, a little stool, a little chair, anything that you can just use to support yourself a little bit. And we're going to go into some low squats, just as low as you can go while still keeping your lower back straight. And between each squat, we're going to come into a little forward fold. So squat down as low as you can while still keeping your back straight, and nice wide legs as well to kind of feel the stretch in your adductors or your groin area, and then into a forward fold in between. So I'm doing 3 per 30 seconds here approximately, sitting down nice and low, feeling the stretch through the insides of my legs, and then take a 5-second rest, go into our second set. So sit the hips down and back, knees are staying above your toes, but nice and wide so that you can get a bit of a stretch here. And up into a forward fold, feeling the stretch shift to the back of your legs. And then again, trying to squat down a little lower than before, just so I can kind of I can feel myself getting a bit more flexible here and sitting lower and lower with each rep and each set. And so for my final one here, I can feel that I'm getting a bit more flexible in through my groin area as I'm doing this exercise. So I'm going to be sitting even lower than I was in the first two here, just supporting myself with that stool or that chair. And taking a quick rest up into the forward fold. Sitting nice and low, just as low as you can, while still keeping your back straight. I'm going to do one more rep here before the 30 seconds is up. And we're finishing it up there. So that's it, guys. Nice little mobility session there, working on some typical problem areas like the hips, the groin, the chest, and the front of the shoulders, as well as the lower back. Hopefully you guys got something out of this session. I know it's always a good one to do these kinds of stretches where you're sitting in your desk looking at a computer for a lot of the day. These can really help to open you up, get you a bit more range of motion, a bit more flexibility, and really make you feel good. And all it takes is about 15 minutes. So hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.